What's up, family? How you holding up? Hopefully everybody's having a good and exceptional evening, and I felt I should go live before I go to bed tonight. Tomorrow will be a nice long day, but it's all good. We're going to make money moves either way, regardless of the situation. So, we're in September now. We literally have a couple more months left of 2024. This really feels like it's been the fastest year ever. But I want to close this night off with saying this. Do not go into 2025 with unnecessary bills. As a matter of fact, that's what this little rant needs to be called. Do not go into 2025 with unnecessary bills. Unnecessary bills, including the biggest unnecessary bill is a person. So if you're a man, woman, and I'm talking about the adults, I'm not talking about people's kids, because people have children, you love your children, they're going to be a bill till the day you die, till the day they die. So we're not going there. We're talking about adult, grown folk conversation, as they say. All right. But do not go into 2025 with unnecessary bills. So if you're in a relationship with a bum, this is for the men and the women. I don't care how much they love you. I don't care how much they are, quote unquote, good to you from a physical perspective, from a love you perspective, and make you feel good and warm and fuzzy inside. That's what alcohol and marijuana is for. If you want to feel good, warm and fuzzy inside. I'm just saying. That's what a vice is for. Some people go to the gym. Some people get on the airplane. Some people drink coffee. Some people drink alcohol. Some people play a video game. Some people smoke weed. Whatever it is you do, you don't need another person to be, because those vices are already bills anyways, because they cost, unless you just got the hookup. So do not go into 2025 on unnecessary bills. 2, I know when the new year comes, you have the new year, new me situation. All I have to say is my personal opinion, because this is how I'm going in. So I'm saying how I'm going in. It's how everybody, in a sense, should be trying to go in. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm flawed in various different aspects, in various different ways. I am not perfect at all. Okay. But what I'm saying is, if you're going into 2025, my mindset is always like this: the circle of people that you're with, the family that you're around, excluding your parents, we should all be acting like a corporation. There's a reason why a lot of folks, and me and my family, we do not vibe together, is for one special reason. Because either they are bragging about stuff that has nothing to do with anything, or they don't want to talk about anything that does not revolve around them. They're not open to new ideas. They're not open to new concepts. They're not open to implementation when it comes to goals and aspirations, execution when it comes to say, hey, you got this, I got that, let's put it together. Boom, let's take off. Let's take off like a NASCAR. And together, you can do more things. I always say if I had 10 to 20 people around me with my mindset or better, there's more things that I could get done and more things that I could accomplish. So I'll leave it at that. Okay. But here are ways that you can go into 2025 with the family and friendship mindset of a corporation. 1, ensure that somebody around you is business minded, meaning they have a business or they want to own a business. They may not be quote unquote successful, but they're business minded. Therefore, they can bring a different aspect into the table. Because nothing wrong with having a college degree. I have a degree. Nothing wrong with being a skilled tradesperson. But when you combine these two things together, and that's another thing, have somebody who's a skilled tradesperson around you. Have somebody who has a degree around you. Have somebody who is a business person, a business mindset. Because when you combine these 3 things together, all these different levels can operate like a merry-go-round and create a beautiful thing. All right. Everybody has assets. Everybody can be an asset in their own way. Everybody can contribute. That's one thing I always say. I always admire about people that are from other parts of the world who immigrate to the United States. They have that communal aspect. Village, it takes a village aspect, so therefore the village thrives, because as Americans, we have the single, do it one, I'm going to do it by myself. But nobody does it by themselves. I always say, look at Elon Musk, look at Jeff Bezos. Whoever is a billionaire or a millionaire, they're not doing it by themselves. So why do you think you, as a regular working person who's not a millionaire or a billionaire, should try to be doing it all by yourself? Mindset. My brother Ron Samuel always says, mindset is everything. So I'll leave it at that. Okay. So that's number one. Make sure you have those people around you and they have a good mindset in order to implement something. And everybody's not just like, I got a Tesla. He has a Tesla. She has a Tesla. We're all special because we're driving a Tesla. No, y'all just made Elon Musk rich. Okay. Now, number two, ensure that you have somebody in your crew that was in the military or associated with the military. First, hats off, salute to those who serve this great country. That's number one. But number two, the benefits are beautiful with the military. But the two benefits that aren't talked about enough that can help create generational wealth are these things. One, veteran affairs loan. Be able to buy a house with zero down payment. And obviously if that vet has 100% disability, they don't have to pay any taxes on the house. No personal property taxes. Okay. So with that being said, that's one. There's two aspects of this. So I'm saying one can take advantage of having people like this in your life, and they can take advantage of you having you in your life by you helping provide the capital. All right, buy a house. It's very expensive to buy a house right now, but it's way less expensive to buy a house when you buy a house with somebody who, and this is for people that have a family member, like a brother, sister, or cousin that you can trust. This is somebody, if you're thinking about getting married or being in a relationship, I'll just say marriage, with somebody who's in the military, you can be able to take advantage of these benefits as well, especially as long as you bring something to the table. I'm not talking about you just sucking somebody dry like a tip. We're not going there. All right. So you're able to buy a house. And the beautiful thing is, if you want to do the house hacking measure, which is you buy a house, you rent all the rooms out, you stay in that house for a year, you move out of that house, you buy another, save some money by renting all the rooms out. My brother from another mother, Adrian Gonzalez, did this. You're able to have people, have roommates. Yeah, it might suck. It's 1 year of your life. Make the sacrifice. All right, have roommates, have them pay for the mortgage. You pay for a couple of utilities, you put some money away, you put some money into some investments, and then you save enough money in order for you, after a year goes by, to buy another house and preferably take advantage of, and I'm not giving out financial advice, so consult a financial professional, but you're able to buy another house, and maybe you take advantage of the VA loan again, or you take advantage of FHA loan, because hey, maybe the house is in your name, maybe the house is in somebody else's name, Federal Housing Authority loan, and you're able to put down a smaller percentage, like 2 to 3% down on the house, and then that's another way for you. And if you wanted a house hack again, rent out all the rooms, another way for you to put yourself in a great position to where you're putting money away. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, if you got a family member or you're married to somebody that's in the military or was in the military, another beautiful thing. Small Business Administration. So if they're business minded, if they have a good business idea, and if they're executing the business idea and it's going great, and a lot of people say, well, yeah, the business might be going great, but it's not I can't grow it because I can't get access to the right kind of capital. Well, it's a beautiful thing called the Small Business Administration, and they help fund military veteran-owned businesses, and then two, another thing to add on to it, ensure that you have a bank account with a credit union. Because and make sure you have a whether it's a personal bank account and a business bank account. This is how you can get yourself more access to capital, by having the relationships with banks and credit unions. It's not talked about enough, and then the beautiful thing is, if you have a business, you can get business credit. So you have personal credit, make sure your credit's in line. Personal credit, business credit. You're able to this is more levels of getting access to capital. I'm not saying anything that's new, but I'm just getting this off my chest because I felt like saying this. All right. So levels to what I'm saying. Access to capital with people, skill trades, degrees, people in the military. Access to capital with business owners. Access to capital with people who were or are in the military, with VA loans and business loans. Access to capital, not just money. Capital can be people, capital mindsets. Beautiful thing. I don't care how good he or she looks. Stay the hell away from bum-minded people. I don't care how good he or she looks. It ain't worth the hassle if they're gonna just be a headache. Okay, I don't care how good they look. I don't care how smooth they talk you over, all that nonsense. And another thing, don't beg nobody to be around you. If you know you worth something, and not just looking good, but if you know you have something to offer and bring to the table, stand on that and say, nah, I'm good. I'm moving on to the next person, or I'm just going to stay focused on what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. Stand on that. That's another thing people need to be standing on going into 2025. But the main thing is access to capital from a financial standpoint, access to capital from a good people standpoint. And then another thing to add on to that, what's another way somebody could be an asset in your life? They bring joy to you. So if people can bring joy to your life without sucking you dry like a tick, keep them around as well. But that's it. Go into 2025 with these things, this mindset, because I always say, if your circle's not trying to operate like a corporation, then they're going to get left behind the rest of the nation. Because the old mindset of there's so many obsolete ways of going into the new year that people are going to be left behind, regardless of who's in the White House, governor's house, and mayor's house. And another thing, stop worrying about who's going to freaking win the presidential election. It's irrelevant when you got to have goals and aspirations in this country. All right. So do the great three things: like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. As I always say, make money moves, or you're going to live bro like a fool. Do me a favor. I'm very close to finally getting 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you're seeing this video, I ask you to subscribe to my YouTube. That's it. That's all. You can forget about my channel. But if you like the content, check me out. Hit the subscribe button. We're done. All right. Have a good night.